Hello everybody. Children, today I will be starting with the new chapter, Absorption by Roots. Now, you all know that the roots, they absorb water and mineral salts from the soil. This is one of the most important function of roots. The functional activities of the plants that we study come in a branch of biology called plant physiology. So, in plant physiology is that branch of biology that deals with the study of functions of plants. Then absorption of water and minerals by roots, transpiration, photosynthesis and respiration are some of the functional activities of the plant which comes in the branch of biology called plant physiology. As we all know, the roots are mainly concerned in fixing up the plant firmly in the soil. The second function is to absorb water and minerals from the soil and then conduct the water and minerals into the stem for supply to the leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. So these are the normal functions of roots, that is absorption, conduction and fixation. We are going to study the important function, that is absorption by roots. Roots absorb water and minerals, that we all know, but what is the need of water and minerals for plants? The need of water is, as water is one of the main important constituent of protoplasm. And beside that, it also carries 4 purposes. Water is important for 4 other purposes also. In photosynthesis, in transpiration, transportation of substances, and to give mechanical stiffness to plants. The need of water in photosynthesis, we all know the green leaves, they use water to prepare food in the form of glucose. So water acts as a raw material in the process of photosynthesis for the formation of glucose. In transpiration, we all know large amount of water is lost in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant, which will produce cooling effect and develops a suction force. So water is important to carry on the process of photosynthesis also. Then we come to transportation. All the substances, they travel from one end of the plant to the other end in solution form. For example, the minerals, the salts that are being absorbed by the roots, they get dissolved in water to form a solution, and then they are carried in solution form from roots to the upper parts of the plant up to leaves. So water is required to dissolve those mineral and salts. Then the leaves, they prepare food in the form of glucose. That also is traveled to different parts of the plant body, and that too in the solution form. The food which is prepared get dissolved in the water, and then it travels through the phloem cells to reach to the storage organs, to reach to the different parts of the plant body. Apart from that, water provides turgidity, that is stiffness. Turgidity means the swollen condition of the cell, fully distended condition. The cells fully charged with water, which is necessary to give stiffness to the plant tissues. So now you all know what is the need of water for plants. Water is needed for photosynthesis, water is needed in transpiration, water is required for transportation of substances and to give mechanical functions, support to the plant tissue. Water is also important for stomatal movement. The guard cells, when get charged with water, they help in opening of the stomata. Then maintaining plant temperature also. As water has high specific heat, plants can absorb radiations, thus does not help in increasing the temperature of the plant body. If the constant supply is not available, then the physiological activities of the plant mentioned above, all those functional activities which I have mentioned above, will be affected, and the plants when will not be able to carry its functions of photosynthesis, transpiration, transportation, mechanical function, the plant will ultimately die. Now, what is the need of minerals for plants? Mineral nutrients required by the plant are absorbed from the soil by the roots only. Some of these nutrients are absorbed as salts like nitrates, phosphates, sulfates, and some simply as ions, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and chlorine. They are absorbed in the form of ions. So these minerals, they play a very important role in the as they form the main constituent of cell and cell organelles. They help in the synthesis of variety of compounds or enzymes within the cell. For example, the mineral magnesium is essential for the formation of chlorophyll. The other mineral zinc, it is essential for leaf formation. Calcium helps to maintain the semi-permeability of cell membrane. Potassium, it controls the opening and closing of stomata. Manganese is important for photolysis of water in photosynthesis. Photolysis of water means breaking up of water molecule into its components, hydrogen and hydroxyl ions in the presence of light. This in detail I will teach you when I will take the chapter of photosynthesis. So to break down water molecule into its components, this mineral manganese is important. Nitrogen is another mineral nutrient which is required for the protein synthesis and thus helps in growth of the plant body. Now, characteristics of roots for absorbing water. The ability of roots to draw water from the soil is dependent on three main characteristic features. The roots have a huge surface area which is being provided by rootlets and root hairs. Large the surface area, more will be the water absorption. Then the root hair cells contain the cell sap. The solution inside the root hair cell has a higher concentration than the surrounding soil water. This will help in the movement of water from the soil water from the soil to the cell sap of the root hair cell by diffusion. Then third characteristic feature is root hairs having thin walls. As root hair is the elongated part of the epidermal layer of root. It also has two walls, the outer cell wall, that is thin cell wall is present, and the inner thinner wall, cell membrane. Because of these thin walls, the movement of water from outside to inside takes place easily. So the three main characteristic features of roots for absorbing water is roots should have a huge surface area. Their root hair cells should have higher concentration than that of the soil water, and the root hairs, they have thin walls. These three characteristic features in detail I will explain you tomorrow. Take care, children. Thank you.